The tsunami warning was lifted after about an hour, but coastal communities here in the Bay Area sprang into action. Countless people hopped in their cars and they started driving away from areas like Pacifica. They brought boats to shore and even closed San Francisco Zoo and numerous schools. Now, the threat of tsunami is not a new one to any of us who live in the Bay Area and along the Northern California coast. There was major concern about yesterday's tsunami warning and what to do when that happens. It has been a reminder to really all of us about the importance of being prepared and ready to go. Veronica Messia is joining us live at the Red Cross headquarters this morning in San Francisco with more on how we can all really be tsunami ready. And I went through this yesterday, Veronica, with my family as we were leaving our house. And I'm good about earthquakes, but I don't have that to-go bag ready.
It's a great reminder. Yesterday's earthquake, we are in earthquake country, but we're not in front of the Red Cross today. We're actually near the water because yesterday, anyone who was near the water, you were told to head to higher ground. And like you said, Gianna, a lot of people getting in their cars. But from seismologists, I'm actually told that sometimes the best thing you can do when you see that tsunami alert is to head to higher ground vertically. Just by going up a building, you could be a lot safer. Yesterday, seismologists that we talked to say that they learned that the alert system is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. But you also have to do your part here and get ready in case of an emergency so you can be ready for the next big one. And that is by having the things that you need in order. Take a listen from the Red Cross.
But it does give us that important reminder because we don't know when the next one is. There oftentimes, depending on where you're located, a tsunami can be triggered by an earthquake. The principles of being prepared, of having a plan, practicing the plan, staying informed, and having that kit are the same. With tsunamis particularly, we want people to go towards high ground where possible to move inland. But again, having that go bag ready to go and sparking that action. If you practice that plan, it makes you even better off for when the real one does happen.
So what should be in that go bag? Things that you rely on every single day. Non-perishable foods for you and your family, enough water, medication that you depend on, and also any important documents. Just make copies and have that all ready to go in case of that next emergency. Gianna?
Yeah, always a very good reminder in times like these. Veronica, thank you for that. Well, a critical warning system in San Francisco wasn't working when we needed it. The city's outdoor warning sirens were silent. The city's Department of Emergency Management took the sirens offline in 2019 for security upgrades. Now, those upgrades haven't happened due to funding issues. Instead, the department says it was out using megaphones mounted to vehicles to warn residents. The city says it's working on bringing the sirens back or at least looking into a more modern alternative.
Well, Gianna, tens of thousands of us in the Bay got that tsunami alert telling us to get to higher ground. And a day later, people who packed up and ran worry about how they could evacuate in the future, given some of those systemic deficits that we've talked about. Andrea Nakano about their concerns over exit strategies, especially when a section of the Great Highway closes due to the passage of Proposition K. Watch.
Steve Hill has lived in San Francisco for roughly 30 years. He lives on one of the roads that will be impacted the most by the closure of the Great Highway.
I'm on Lincoln Way, so Lincoln Way is going to be very clogged. And there's actually a children's park there. It's really not a safe alternative to take all the traffic.
Those against Prop K cited traffic as one of the major factors in opposing the measure, something that becomes more of a concern during a natural disaster when there are limited ways in and out of the Sunset.
And it's not just a tsunami, but a whole number of things could happen where this is a really good road for getting north-south.
It would be more alarming if they didn't and something terrible happened, I suppose. So
Lyra Dean drives her son to the athletic fields at Golden Gate Park for practice every week. She can see both sides of how converting the highway into a park would impact residents and drivers.
I think it's a beautiful place to come walking and ride your bike. I also think the city only has so many thoroughfares, and this happens to be one.
District 4 Supervisor Joel Engardio supported Prop K and is now facing a recall attempt. He says with any park, emergency access roads will be put in place mainly for police and fire. Some residents like Steve Hill, though, say the bottom line, it's going to be tougher for those that live here to get out in case of an emergency.
The irony is they've taken a park and they've turned it into a highway because that's where all the cars go now to get where they need to go. And they're trying to take a highway and turn it into a park. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
So we offered hours-long coverage yesterday while people were seeking higher ground, and we thought this was important to revisit. We caught up with the San Francisco fire chief live on our air during breaking news coverage yesterday, and Elizabeth Cook asked him about where people in San Francisco should evacuate to. Listen.
People are going to be listening to this right now and are living in those communities. Where should they go? What is there an evacuation center that you're recommending people go yet? I mean, I know this just happened, but if somebody's living in the marina or the outer Richmond over by Ocean Beach, where should they go right now?
We are very early in the incident, and there is no official rallying point other than those predetermined tsunami evacuation routes and signs that are out in the community.
So you heard that. And this is an opportunity to have a community conversation. There is no place to go, no rallying point. And that struck me because I was on the air that day or yesterday, and I thought, okay, so people are evacuated. They're told the best that we can be told is to get up to the top of a hill. I think this is a huge community conversation that needs to happen north to south, east to west to tell people where to go, not just follow the route, but what's a destination point?
Well, especially if you live in those areas, like Ocean Beach, which is very flat. San Francisco can be hilly in some parts, but near the coast, it's not. So, you think you go as far back as you can. You go up, but you don't have as many options to go up in those areas. So that is something to think about. Also, the areas along the coast, Reed, which I learned, very clearly yesterday as we were leaving our house, is that, if you go, say, towards the back, say, in Pacifica and Half Moon Bay, in certain areas, if, say, the highway washed out, you don't have a lot of access to getting out of there. So you're trapped. So it really puts it in perspective of having that plan be ready to go and really listening when that warning comes through and taking it seriously.
Well, listen, if sirens didn't go off, if we're looking at the Great Highway being closed, and if somebody who is trained to get the word out is telling us that there's no rallying point, those are opportunities. These are not criticisms, but those are opportunities to shore up those, because this will happen again. We will have this situation, and lives are on the line if we don't fix these things. We're going to continue the community conversation. Let us know what you think. Go to social media, add to that, use the hashtag KPIX, and we will continue following what you have to say. No rallying point. Can't happen again. For updates on any aftershocks and a look at more of the damage in Humboldt County, head to kpix.com or download the free CBS News app.